All right, we're live. Hey, how do you like my new glasses? Nah, just kidding. I found these in the parking lot at the gas station, and they're a pair of 2.5 power, whatever, reading glasses, and I can actually see out of them till I try to read something small. But definitely a girl's glasses. But hey, if you're hanging out and you want to discuss something, you want to come in, let me know. I will let you in. I have a link. This is a Google Hangout as opposed to, uh, you know, going live, the YouTube version. I'm getting a green light, so I think everything's a-okay. I'll just double check. You should be using Monday.com. It's a platform to manage my. Well, nobody's watching it anyway. All right, now there's 2 watching. Come on. Catch up. Yep, okay. So I can mute that. Hey, Kev. Janice, hi. Well, so I got the new American Music Supply catalog. And I just wanted to go in and look at, there's the Fender page. Look at all those Fenders. Here's the Gretsch and the EVH pages. EVH over here, Gretsch over here. Let's go to that old Gibson page. Wow, a lot of Fender pages. Here it is, exclusive Gibson run models. And Gibson, and then they got Gibsons on the back of the catalog. We'll just run down a couple prices. Gibson 2019 limited edition exclusive run Les Paul Studio Blackout. $1,799 or 12 payments of $149. Gibson 2019 limited edition exclusive run Les Paul Classic Light. Now, I'm not going to read what a complete description of all these guitars. That's another one at $17.99. Here's a limited run Les Paul Voodoo Juju. That's this one that has the pink and black pickups. No binding or anything, just like a translucent finish. $15.99. The modern, the modern, this thing right here, also $1,500 from Sweetwater. $15.99. These prices aren't that bad. I mean, they're bad enough. Look at limited edition run Firebirds, $1,300 for these 2 here. Then when you get over here, they jump up to $1,700 and $1,900. Yeah, $1,999. So you're looking right around $2,000. And then when you flip the page over to the Les Paul Modern, the Tribute. All right, now we're talking $2,799 for this, $2,799 for that. The Special Tribute. Wow, Les Paul Special Tribute. This one is a double cutaway. It's only $1,300. Only. No, it's only $999. So you're coming in at right at $1,000. You're coming in right at $1,000. Hey, Kevin Craig, hi. Kush Steve, what's up? How's it going? Richard Brubaker, hell, I'll even give it a like just because I like it. Well, thanks for that. I appreciate it. But I did a video about, and then here's a whole more pages of it. And I'm not going to go through all these prices because Les Paul Jr. $7.99. SG Standard Tribute. All right, let's just read what a tribute is. The cutting tone and head-turning look made the SG an instant classic upon its release in 1961. The tribute features classic combination with modern touches that make it a must-have for any guitar collection. Collection. Oh, they're talking collection. We're not supposed to play these. Is that why they're so expensive that we just collect them? 490R and 490T pickups are a favorite thanks to their ability to handle virtually any style. Includes soft case. $999 or 12 payments of $83.25. And you get into the standards are $27.99. The studios, I remember the studios used to be less than $1,000. They were less than $1,000. Now they're $1,500. Studio Tribute, that's $1,099. So a Studio Tribute. Les Paul Traditional. It just, and then there's a whole nother page of ES 335s. And then the Gibson Custom Shop stuff. Here's the Gibson Custom Shop stuff. And you're looking at $3,999. $4,000. $4,000 for a custom shop. Man. But then you get over to the Epiphone stuff. And I'll tell you what, man. I really like this wacky burst thing on the Epiphone. I really think that's catchy. I really do. I think that's kind of catchy. That's amazing. But you know, the Epiphones are coming in at $899. Ooh, the Peter Frampton. Okay, the Frampton with 3 pickups. That's called the Phoenix, by the way. Peter Frampton named his guitar. But a lot of the other ones are coming in at $599 for the standard plus Pro plus top. The Custom Pro $679. Prophecy Les Paul Custom Plus $799. Then you've got, you know, the identical run of all the other stuff for Epiphone with the Flying V's, the SGs, and the here's over here the Dots and the Casinos and stuff. And the Dot's a nice guitar, and a lot of people have said they like the Casinos too. But anyway, oh, then you get over to the PRS stuff. And I'll tell you, PRS, the SEs, they're all coming in under $1,000. They're $989, $799, $829 for the SE series of PRS. Those, I don't know. Then you got your Schecters, your Ibanez's, and the Ibanez's are up there. They're $15.99, $17.99 if you want like a Gem or a Satriani for the ones that they're showing right now. So, and that's American Music Supply. We used to buy a lot from Musician's Friend. Then we kind of switched to Sweetwater because Sweetwater was, Janice, I like the blue. I like blue. Blue's cool. The blue one's cool. But we started buying stuff from Sweetwater because they were just giving us sweeter deals. You know, you're getting better deals. But I don't know. Is there anything anybody wants to talk about? Anything anybody wants to bring up? Any comments on my last video? Yeah, Vince, because they send candy. And they stiffed me when we bought the Blues Junior and the Rumble. There was no candy in either box. And I was a bit taken aback. But and I'm certainly not in the market for any new guitars right now. I have enough guitars. I mean, if when people ask how many guitars is enough, you never have enough. You never have enough, and people buy them and sell them. Let's talk about Gibsons. Evil, what a brilliant idea. You're always right on top of it there, buddy. Let's talk about Teletubbies there, pal. Let's talk about people dressing up as Teletubbies. That's innovation. Okay. If Gibson could pick up on some of that innovation, they'd be doing okay. But I didn't mean to ruffle any feathers with my video about your Les Paul worship is boring and pretentious. Maybe I did a little bit. But their guitars, with all the stuff going on with Gibson right now, and with the video that they put out that everybody attacked. And as soon as I released my video, the very next day, the YouTube guitar community exploded with people making videos about Gibson. And, it's the truth. Gibson is a legendary, iconic guitar. And they used to be known for top quality. I mean, it was top quality, and I'm not going to take quality away from them at this point. I think it's just a reflection of the way things are done today. The way things manufacturing goes today. I mean, we're probably lucky that all the Gibsons and all the Fenders and all the Paul Reed Smiths and all the Taylors and all the Martins aren't made in China. And don't be fooled. They can make good things in China if they want to, when they choose to. You can make good stuff. They can make good stuff. Richard, I'm old school. Bought most of my guitars in the 60s and 70s. I know. And like Zip, he's got a lot of older vintage Gibson guitars that, how can you go wrong with those? And I don't watch the prices that much on what, like a 74 Les Paul is worth now, as opposed to what the new ones are going for. But they hold their resale value very, very well. Now, if you bought a 2019 Gibson Les Paul, say just a standard, which is like right around $2,700 or whatever, and in 6 months you decided to sell it, how much of a hit are you going to take? Or are you going to take a hit? Or are you going to get your money back? $250 for my Epiphone Casino, $75 for a Rose Morris Rickenbacker. Yeah, back then money was different. Yeah, Gibson got pissed off with my video, like they know, like they care. And some of the videos, it went on and on and on and on and on. But when you go back and look at, I'm going to call them the iconic rockers, like, oh God, my idea of rock and roll is so different from everybody else. Look at Gilmour's guitar collection. If you go back and look at the video, say Trogley did a video running down Gilmour's whole collection, everything that got sold. there were only a couple Gibsons in there. There were very few. The rest were Fenders, Rickenbackers, a bunch of Ovation acoustics, and then a bunch of weird stuff, like really off the wall stuff. And like I said in my last video, I ran across an ESP. I've always liked ESP guitars. I've always liked them. Never owned one, but I've played them, and I've played them at the music store, and I've been tempted many times. And I saw that ESP LTD SG guitar, and the only thing that stopped me was the money, even though it was only like $169. The only other thing was it was pretty well beat up. And it was sitting in a pawn shop where it wasn't like, can I grab this and plug it into something? Because I looked around real quick and I didn't see any amps sitting there. This is a pawn shop in Geneva, Ohio, and they had it in the front window. And so it was pretty beat up. But even so, just because something's got a lot of scratches and, dents and wear, what can't be fixed? Anything can be fixed. You can repair anything, right? Ask some of these guys. Ask Randy. Ask Zip Cooper. You can fix anything. If Mark Agnesi dressed up in a Teletubby costume, I don't think Gibson's trying to do any humor at all. I think they're in extreme damage control at this point. And it's too bad. The competition, they have to be looking at the competition out there and just crapping their pants and going, shit, what do we do now? And if they would just put something out, Epiphone quality, or maybe a little bit above, for $699, they'd probably sell like freaking hotcakes. But if you're manufacturing in the United States, you probably can't do it. They probably can't manufacture it for that and sell it for that. Now, would it be smart for them, to maybe trim it way down? A single pickup, one volume control, no tone, no switch, no. I hate to not have the neck inlays, the trapezoid inlays, but maybe go with, a different material, maybe back off the binding or something, but trim it down. Yeah, and there's too many models. There are just too many models to start with. That's true. That is very, very true. If there's anybody that would like to come in and talk, and if you can get a hold of me on Facebook and shoot me a message, I can drop you the link. I won't drop the link into the chat here. That's too dangerous. But I'm inviting anybody that would like to come in. If there's a way I can get the link to you, I would love to. I would love to see Tall Thin Kev stop in. Janice, if you want to come in. Adam, hey, I didn't see you there, Adam. How you doing? Adam wanted to come in. Spider Fan. Well said. When it comes right down to it, we're fans of guitars, and brand is brand has less to do with it really than anything. And that, and when I made that video, a lot of people are accusing me of he's just always longed for a Les Paul and never had one. Bitch, I've had Les Pauls. I've had several. And I've always sold them because when it came time to sell something because I needed money, that was what was going to get my money back. And that's unfortunate. But you know what? By the time I sold those guitars, they weren't in the shape I got them, because there's no guitar I've ever owned except for this one right here. And because I just got it, and the guy who owned it before me, because it's used, who took beautiful care of it, has been dinged up and beaten, the frets worn out. And rather than do a refret or even dress the frets or do anything like that, you need to come up with cash, you need the money. The Les Pauls were the first things to get sold because they brought in the most money. I had an ES 125 JT, I think it was called, that I sat on for years. I sat on that guitar. Finally, when I needed gear, I took it to Sam Ash and got a guitar, an amp, a couple pedals, and a mic for that ES 125 and didn't drop a penny. And I gave the guy $450 for that ES 125, and it was a 3/4 scale student model guitar with one dog ear P90 in it, shaped like a Les Paul, but thin, semi-hollow, thin. And it wasn't really a playable guitar to gig with or anything, but it was a Gibson ES 125 in 1967. And I paid $450 for it and walked out of the music store with almost $1,000 worth of shit. So, and it would have been $1,000 retail to me, not what they had in it, because you know how that works. Kev, are you saying if evil? I almost got to agree with you. Kevin, are you saying to drop you the link? Let me go over to Facebook. Message me on Facebook, Kevin, so I don't have to find you. Okay, somebody sent me a message. That'd be great. We get an idea, a perspective from somebody across the way. Yeah, my computer's running slow. Give me a second, buddy. Oh, that's from my sister. Kevin, drop me a little message, would you please, buddy? Real quick. All right, let me type. There he is, Kev Smith. There she blows. So, pop in, Kevin. We'd love to hear from you. Janice, I'm looking at the first act. Believe it or not, and I looked this up one day, first act has custom shop guitars. And they aren't bad looking. And you'd have to go look for that yourself. But somewhere, somehow, unless I was getting really freaking spooked, first act has some custom shop guitars. And they weren't looking bad. You got it, Kevin? Just click the link, buddy. You have to check marks and say yes and agree, and then you can pop in. And please be dressed. DB, there are. I had students that had a couple first acts that, when they first started coming in with that little tiny ukulele size 6-string acoustic, I was like, oh God. And then other kids started showing up with these other electrics that were, I did setups on them, just set the action and the intonation on them. And they weren't bad. Hey, Mitch, how you doing? Mitch, I'd love to have you come in if you want to come in, but you have to Facebook me somehow to look for Red Dana on Facebook. And I'd send you the link. Why, Janice? Why can't you go live right now? Because you're on your telephone. That's all right. We're still waiting for Kevin. But, you know, without beating this Gibson thing to death, you know, anybody that owns a Gibson Les Paul should feel proud and enjoy it and play it, you know, play the shit out of it. I'm the type of person that I've never bought anything to just have. Play the shit out of it. I'm the type of person going to use it. That I've never bought anything. Wow, Kev, you're mighty red. I can't hear you, buddy. Wow, Kev, you're mighty red. Do I not have something hooked up right at my end? Should be hearing you. Something's not working right for you. Then let me check the laptop. Should be hearing you. Something's not working right for you. Let me check the laptop. Okay, there he is. Wait a minute, Kevin. Kevin, you have to unmute yourself, okay?
I have.
You have to click on the little triangle in your little icon down in the corner and unmute your mic. Okay? You have to click on the little triangle down in the right-hand corner. You'll see your face. And there's a little caret above your name. In the right-hand corner, you'll see your face. And you drop it down. I can't unmute you.
Got it.
You drop it down. Try it again. I can't unmute you.
Got it. Got it now?
Try it again. You're getting a signal. I'm just not hearing you. Now you got it.
You hear me now then or not?
You got it. Say something.
I'm saying something.
Say something. I don't know why I'm not hearing it over here.
Yeah, I'm saying something. I don't know. Should be okay, I think. I'm saying something.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I'm saying something. I don't know. Should be okay, I think.
Okay, hold on. Gotcha. How you doing, Kevin? Sorry about that.
Right, I think.
Gotcha. How you doing, Kevin? Sorry about that.
Kev, please, mate.
Okay, now what you got to do is you got to shut the feed off on the live feed where you're watching the video. Go either close that out or mute it.
I have.
There you go. All right, we sound good.
1 sec.
Oh, okay. 1.
So could be yours.
This could be yours for the little price of $3,700.
Postage.
I'll have to consider that. I can't do anything right now, but that's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Well, you've seen the ones that Randy got.
Yeah.
Well, this one's a bit better than the first one. but it also it won't come with pickups or tuners.
Where did you get that?
China.
Wow. It's amazing. It's amazing. It really is. And you had told me that you can't even, you're not allowed to sell it.
Well, I've got so much other stuff. I'm just going to have to have a clear out anyway. Might as well go to a good home.
We'll get together on that. I wonder what I know. I sent a very heavy PV Falcon to Manchester, and it cost me like $128.
Yeah, it's round about right. Yeah, I think the one I sent to Randy last month was 120, 130.
Yeah, yeah. That's awful big-hearted of you, there, Kevin.
Yes. Well,
I mean, it's not. It's not. I'm not in need or anything. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. How's it play?
I don't know. Badly.
Wow.
Wait a minute, I'll tune up.
Nah, don't worry about it. It's all right. Sounds fine. So you've been gigging a lot?
Not too much. I've got more problems with my elbow and my hands, but
yeah, I know how that goes. I just, my right hand is giving me fits, man. And my surgeon told me, he goes, well, come July, you're gonna feel pretty good. Well, it's only a couple days till July. And it's like, okay, I'm going to wake up July 1st and feel better. All right. You know, I'll take that if that's what it's going to be. But that would put me like, 8 months into the surgery, out of surgery. So he told me it would take a year.
Well, I can concentrate on this a bit more.
Lap steel. What do you tune that to? How many strings are on that?
6.
Oh, it's only 6 string? Okay.
Well, that's too many for me.
What brand is that?
Reservation.
Is that English made or?
It's made by a mate of mine who's about, as a crow flies, about 600 yards away.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
Wow. That's amazing. Do you use an open tuning?
T6.
C7?
C6.
C6? C6. I was one off. Cool. That's really cool.
Okay. I can't hear it now.
That's all right. That's neat, though. For anybody of you guys that don't know, that's Tall Thin Kev. Go subscribe to his channel. He does a lot. He puts up a lot of live stuff, playing live open mics and gigging and whatever. And he does some cool bike rides, too. He's kind of an asshole on his bicycle. He likes to honk at people. He likes to take a picture and yell at him, get the hell out of my way.
Well, it's not usually hell.
Yeah, right. That's like, stay in your lane. Yeah, Mitch, you can come in if you can message me on Facebook, and you'll look for me, Ed Dana, and you'll find me really easy. So all you got to do is find me on Facebook. I could post a link to Facebook. Okay, Mitch, I will confirm your friend request. and I'll send you a message. Coming right up, Mitch. Message. There you go, Mitch. If you're still here. Now I lost the hangout. There we go. Now I lost Kevin. So, Mitch, you've got the link. I don't Facebook, tweet, Twit, or any other. Yeah, I won't post the link in the chat of the video. Hi, Mitch. I won't post the link in the chat of the video because that just invites
weirdos.
Yeah, and you can boot them out, but why bother?
Right. Well, how you doing?
Why bother? It's more fun to piss them off by not giving them the link.
No, you don't want to do a public. I've done it before, and it was disastrous.
You have no clue, Mitch. Yeah. But at any rate, and congratulations, Mitch, on the Les Paul. Don't take my video personally.
I didn't. Okay. You saw what I said. I respect your opinion.
Don't take my video personally. This has been going on for years, and I could have easily done it for Ibanez players, Paul Reed Smith players. Actually, some of the Paul Reed Smith players are even worse.
American Strats.
Strat players. I just, because of the Gibson thing, I wanted to draw them out a little bit and see where they went with it.
Well, to be honest, this all happened like the week I got mine, right after I got it. But I mean, it wouldn't have changed anything. I mean, this is not. They've been suing people for years. The manufacturers. This is nothing new. And as far as
aside from that, a Les Paul is a nice guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I have always lived by anything is worth what you're willing to pay for it. And if you're willing to pay whatever amount for something that you want, it's worth it. Otherwise, how else are you going to get it? They're not just going to ship it to you and say, "Oh, hey, keep it." It doesn't work that way.
I have an Epiphone. I have a 2011 Epiphone, and a week before I had it upgraded with pearly gates, all CTS pots, Switchway,
Switchcraft.
Yeah, 3-way switch and jack, but it still doesn't play nowhere near as good as the Les Paul I got.
That's in your mind.
Well, it might be. It plays good, but it doesn't sound.
And it doesn't matter if it's in your mind. It is what it is.
Yeah. But I mean, it sounds good, but they don't sound. To me, they don't sound alike.
And what it boils down to is what you like and what you want. And people should buy things that they're, number one, that they like, number two, that they're proud to own, and number three, that they're not going to let sit in a case and not play.
No, yeah.
You need. I hope by next year it needs a fret job, because that means you love that guitar.
Well, I've been playing I got 8 of them, so I've been switching around a lot lately. Actually, with the 3 or 4 of them anyway. And I got back in this in 2015. I had no idea I just started out with an American Strat Deluxe, and I had no idea I was going to get I got a nice Ibanez Prestige. I got that. I haven't played that but I got some cheap ones too. I got a $150 Ibanez I bought like 2 months ago. The thing plays great.
Guitar is an infectious thing, and once you become a guitar player, even if you put it down for a long time, it never really leaves you And when you walk by a pawn shop or a music store and you look in, even if you haven't played in a long, long time and you see those guitars, something sparks in your mind, you know?
Yep.
And I quit one time I was in a band and I got fed up with the way the band was going, the way gigs were going, and I bailed on it. And I didn't take my guitar out of the case for 2 years. I didn't touch a guitar. And I just concentrated on other stuff. And one day, a friend of mine came over to show me a brand new Les Paul that he bought, a Black Beauty. It only had 2 pickups, but it was a black Les Paul that he had bought with the yellowed binding. It was kind of a yellowish binding. And I picked that thing up, and it was like, why haven't I been playing? What, you know, I was mad at my band. I wasn't mad at the guitar. And so what I did at that point was I got my hands on a cheap acoustic. And I decided that if I'm going to play guitar, I have to be able to sit down with an acoustic guitar and play a song for somebody. Actually play something just on the acoustic without, you know, the amp, the band, all the stuff. Because it got to the point that we ran the same list in this band for 5 years. And we got to where we didn't even, the last 3 years of the band, we didn't even bother rehearsing or learning tunes anymore. We didn't even talk about it. We just, hey, we got a gig, show up, play, the money out the door. You know, and that was it. And I got fed up with that and decided, you know, all right, I'm going to take the acoustic guitar and I'm going to learn to put something over, because I didn't play acoustic that much up to that point. And that's what got me back into it after a couple of years, was just playing the acoustic.
Well, I'm not accomplished like you. I mean, I played, like, when I was 21 and 22, I played in a band where we actually made a little bit of money. And that was the only time. And then, you know, they were just thrilled because I could play a Johnny B. Good riff. That's all I could do back then.
I'd be willing to bet that you were every bit as good of a guitar player as I am. Maybe I just know more songs because that's what I do.
Well, no, you do some good stuff. I still I haven't looked, but you're the only one I know that does the lead for what's the Guess Who song?
American Woman.
Yeah. I'm not. Of course, I haven't looked, but I don't see anybody playing that. But you play it to the T. That's really good.
I've got a whole. I recorded the song. It's on my channel. You know, it's hard. To go through, it's hard to go through all the videos on my channel. There's a lot. Of them. And I was looking yesterday about if you delete, like, say I deleted 1,000 videos, would that affect? How much would that affect, like, my accumulated watch time and stuff?
Right.
And I never come up with a straight answer. But I think if there's a good possibility that I might go back and delete like a year of my life on YouTube and just wipe it out.
It shouldn't do affect the actual play time or watch time overall. They won't cut your analytics out.
It's just nobody will see those videos anymore. They won't accumulate anymore.
Well,
which is obvious. I mean, that's obvious.
So you both you guys are monetized, and I won't live long enough to get 1,000 subscribers.
Well, everybody,
I don't think.
You know, if you're not subscribed to Mitch, go subscribe to Mitch's channel. I mean, we'd appreciate that.
I think I got 250, and I got most of those. I probably got more than 3/4 of it in the last year.
Yeah.
And I've been with YouTube since it was before Google bought them. But I was doing tech stuff way back then.
What was your main occupation in life?
Mine? I work in warehouse. I've been working for the same company. July 30th will be 45 years.
Wow.
I don't know if you can see the dark container. It used to be, we were sold. It used to be Maryland Cup, Sweetheart Cup, and Solo Cup. You know, the Red Solo Cup.
Solo Cup.
I see billions of them every day.
Wow. Cool.
But
You wish you know mine. I was a lab tech.
We got some
For what
plants
kind
out.
of lab? What medical?
Oh,
Little bit for a short while, but mostly University of Cambridge. Geology, petrology, paleontology.
Research stuff. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. Now, dinosaurs are not real. Those bones are fake. The earth is flat.
Or how can they be fake if I put them back together?
Oh my God. There's a show called Non Sequitur that went to shit. But there are these guys, and one of them was actually from England, and he's called some kind of apologist. And his claim is that dinosaurs never existed, that that's all fake. And the bones are fake. And then they argue the thing about the evolving of dinosaurs into birds, that couldn't happen, that's impossible to happen. And they've actually had these people like argue with outright paleontologists that go, you know, you're out of your mind. We've got the proof. We've got the bones. They exist. You know, it happened. There's people that believe it didn't happen.
I just watched Jurassic Park. You'll believe it.
Yeah. You know.
There's people now denying space exists.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I thought, you can see it.
People
it's
don't
all
believe we
NASA.
walked on the moon. They don't think it happened.
Yep.
Well, the
Yeah,
Russians
you know.
said it happened, so it happened.
SpaceX, they're launching satellites right now. I don't know if it was today or tomorrow or when it's going up, but they're gonna release a whole shitload of satellites, and Elon Musk is gonna cover the Earth in Wi-Fi, and he says he's gonna charge like $14 a month. That'd be great.
It would be.
Yeah, I'll get on that plan because my Wi-Fi, my cable company right now sucks balls. My internet company. I'm surprised it hasn't dropped my signal now, but
you got very good quality right now, Ed. Very good quality.
Now I've got a company called Spectrum that used to be Time Warner, and every night, man, you'd be right in the middle of something, and all of a sudden, it just drops the signal, and I have to go reset the router, and the light doesn't go orange or anything. It just everything looks normal. I just have no internet. And I got to unplug the router and plug it back in. And they keep telling me it's your router, it's your router. Then how come it's my neighbors going through the same thing? And how come my mother-in-law calls me on the phone with the same problem? And she's the type of person that if you tell her like, oh, your router has a problem, she runs right out and buys a new one. You know, so you can't tell me it's that. You're choking my bandwidth at night for whatever reason, and it's causing me to lose the signal. Now, I will admittedly have a lot of devices running. Linda will be on her iPad. I'll have a computer running. I'll have a tablet running. The TV is Fire Stick, so that's off my Wi-Fi. You know, I'll have my phone. I'll have a lot of things running, but I can go all day long and never have a problem. As soon as the sun goes down, we start having a problem. And it's cable. So, you know, it's not the fact that the sun actually went down that's causing it. It's just that at night, they're choking our bandwidth for whatever reason. Or the people, there's so many people getting on that they're not providing us enough that it won't lose it a bunch of times in a row.
I'm Comcast, so I got I'm paying for it though. I think I get up to 300 down, but only 10 up. But it's good. I don't have any problems.
I don't remember what my numbers are. I did when I first had it installed, and then we actually paid to upgrade it. And then when I cut my TV cable, I had to take cable boxes back to the cable place.
Yep.
And the lady goes, "Can you tell me? Can I ask why you're discontinuing your cable?" Because I got a Fire Stick with Amazon Prime. It has everything on it I want to watch for $100 a year. And I'm paying you guys over $100 a month for TV for channels that
You don't
I
watch.
don't watch. I'm not going to watch. And I just can't afford it. And she just went, "I totally agree."
Yeah.
And she worked for the cable company, and she goes, "I totally agree. People are doing it. They're going to Roku, Hulu, Fire Stick. What's the other one? The big one, Netflix.
Yeah.
You know, they're going with that stuff."
Well, Netflix did that bloody awful new Star Trek, and that nearly made me stop that.
Did you
Yeah.
like it? Kev, did you like the new Star Trek?
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh, okay.
I thought Voyager couldn't get any worse.
I watched a couple of them. I thought they were all right, but not enough to buy it. I mean, not to keep on watching it.
Well,
Picard,
if it doesn't come free with Amazon, I'm not gonna watch.
That's the one I think you need. I think CBS All Access. I think that's the one they have now. So you can only watch.
It's amazing how much Amazon, if you have an Amazon Prime account, how
Right.
much free TV you get.
Yeah,
I find new stuff all the time, and it's like, holy crap!
They do have some good programming on there. I mean,
I watch a thing called Pluto TV, and I have it on my tablet. So if I'm like at the doctor's office waiting, I can get on my tablet and I can watch whatever I want to watch on Pluto. Movies. Believe it or not, we watch a lot of stupid old comedy sitcoms like Dick Van Dyke, and
oh yeah,
we even watch the old Roseanne. I love the old Roseanne show. That it was just, to me, it was good TV, you know.
But what's that one, Me TV or whatever? My wife's watching the Golden Girls. She's been every day. I mean,
Right?
she's
That's on.
all night. Yeah,
They're hilarious.
yeah.
Betty White and I know all their names.
I
Rue
forget.
McClanahan and
I forget their names.
yeah,
They're all gone.
B. Arthur.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny stuff, man.
if I can recommend on YouTube, Hancock's Half Hour.
What, is it TV shows?
Well, it's radio first, then went to telly.
Okay.
She started about 55, and the radio stopped in 59, then it went to television.
What kind of programming is it? Like
It's a
drama,
comedy.
comedy?
Tony Hancock, Sid James, Bill Kerr, Hattie Jakes, Kenneth Williams. And he's the poor, downtrodden man, and he's always getting done over by other people. He has a really good plan and basically shit on by all the rest of them.
I like
DKG has shown me some old British sitcom comedy stuff. The name escapes me right now. He'll jump in with it. But there's one where there's three guys living together, and they're always just at each other's throats. And it was 80s, I think, or 70s, but it's some funny stuff.
Benny Hill. Remember Benny Hill?
Benny Hill, exactly.
Do you mean the Goodies?
Let's see what's going on in the chat over here. Yes, our internet did get worse after it went to Spectrum from Time Warner. It did get a little bit worse, but it is what it is. You do what you got to do. They were just charging too much for cable TV, for channels that you'd have 600 channels and there'd be 3 of them worth watching.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do when I retire, which is, God willing, 13 months from now or around there. I'm gonna have to cut it. I'm not gonna be able to afford everything.
Get a Fire Stick.
Yeah.
As much as I dislike Jeff Bezos' business model and the way,
Amazon.
and this is just from what I read, but I read a thing the other day where the profits they made and they paid absolutely no federal income tax. It's like, come on, but Amazon Prime is a great thing to the consumer. If you're a consumer, it is a wonderful thing. I mean, free shipping, you buy the Fire Stick, you get the free TV. If I need medical supplies, I can go on Amazon and order them. They can be here the next day.
Well,
that's pretty damn amazing.
I mean, I like Amazon, but all the Sears, I'm sure that played a part in Sears closing up and your Kmart's and
we don't have a Sears anymore. We don't have a Kmart. We've got Walmart, Drug Mart, and a bunch of dollar stores. Family Dollar, Dollar
we got
General,
that. We still got
Tree.
Target. We still have Target.
I have to drive a half an hour to see a Target. I got to drive a half an hour. Walmart actually was the biggest one that wiped out the stores here first. Then Amazon got popular and caught on. Then the other stuff started closing. Now, the one thing that we do have a plethora of around here are restaurants.
Yeah.
And they're not chain restaurants. They're, proprietary mom and pop restaurants or entrepreneurs or whatever. We've got a lot of those, but that's because we're kind of in a resort area. So it's a popular thing, especially in the summertime now. But as far as shopping, if you want to shop and see something on the shelf that you can grab, you got to drive 45 minutes.
There's trouble having around my way. There's very few real pubs left. They all do food, especially when you go down the river or centre of town. They're all tourist prices. You go to my local, a pint is £4.
Jeez.
You get one of these other ones, £5.50, £6. But
now, when you buy takeout, like take-home beer, say, do you buy it from a liquor retailer? Do you buy it from a grocery? Where do you buy it?
I buy it next door to me from the co-op. 3 for £5.
What's a co-op?
Cooperative supermarket.
Okay, all right.
It started about 150 years ago.
It's owned by the people shop it, something like that, right? Yeah, we have them here.
Well, we have a co-op here, but it's a farm co-op, so it's farming stuff. You go buy plants and seeds, and I guess you can get cows and chickens. I don't know.
You mentioned retirement earlier. I was going to show this before Rich came in.
Yeah.
And I'm getting rid of my guitars. This is what I'm getting now. I don't know if you can see that.
Silver.
No.
That gold.
Yep. There's only one of these in the world.
Why? Who's got your picture on it?
No, it's the
what are they, one-offs?
No, this get graded, and there's only 3 of a better grade.
What is it worth?
Well, pure bullion, gold. I think your weighs round about $14.50 an ounce now.
Oh, really?
I got this for $290. I don't think the bloke who's selling it or sold it knew what he got. Hopefully, I can probably get 1,000.
Now, that would just be based on the amount of bullion or for the fact of what it is?
What it is.
Okay, what it is, the coin.
Yep, 1891 sovereign.
Wow. And I'm imagining that's Queen Elizabeth on the front.
Victoria.
Oh, Victoria. I meant to say Victoria.
Okay, here's a question for you both of you. Who was the first Queen of England in her own right?
Don't ask me.
I'll get back to me then when you find out the answer.
I'm going to
Well,
say
I'm-
Victoria.
I'm not cheating, but I could.
Off you go then. That will be wrong.
That would be wrong. And it wouldn't be Anne Boleyn,
No, she wasn't. She wasn't
ever
Queen.
queen.
She was the wife of the king.
That doesn't make you queen?
It makes you a queen, but not the ruler.
Okay.
Mary Tudor.
Nope.
Well, I pulled that up real quick.
Queen Mary, Queen Elizabeth, Queen Victoria. Trying to think of another boat. Was there a boat named after her?
Yeah, there probably was about half a dozen.
All right, let us off the hook and tell us who it is.
The Empress Matilda.
Ah, and that would be what year?
1135.
Okay.
It's a bit
Really?
before
They
our
had
time.
no queens up to 1135?
Yeah, well, England came as a nation as you know it now in 927.
Okay.
So that's nearly what? 1100 years?
Yeah.
And before
You know,
that,
that's I've talked a lot about this before with King Arthur was a massive queen. I've talked a lot about this with Duncan before, and you know, here a 200-year-old building is an old flipping building.
Mhm.
Okay, 300 years old. You're only going to find them in New England on the East Coast. Not much past that going west. There might be a few things scattered here and there that are that old, maybe that weren't even, that were predated the colonies of the United States. But, over there, a 600-year-old pub is,
my local is best part of 400 years.
400 years old.
And there's ones
That's
are
older than our republic.
Oh well, that's not nowhere near the oldest, but these are in continuous use.
Right, it's still operating. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Duncan, I got 300-year-old underwear. Yeah, we've seen them.
Ugh.
And that's the thing. That's like a man rule. A man will wear underwear as long as the elastic holds out. Right?
Pretty much.
When the elastic goes, then they're gone.
Well, I just dropped 48 pounds, so I had to buy a lot of new stuff. I still got 25 more pounds to go.
See, and hopefully you'll never need those old clothes again.
Oh.
But when you gain weight and have to buy new clothes, then you got a dilemma. Do I get rid of these old ones? Because can I lose the weight to go back to, and not to, I'm just throwing this out there, but normally up until, a year ago, I had a 30-inch waist. Okay.
So you never had a weight problem, in other words.
So now when I got a 32-inch waist and it keeps growing, it's like, what do I do with these? Do I just write it off and say I'm done? Or will I ever be a 30-inch waist again? And I'm kind of guessing probably not, because I'm not even going to try. I'm 60 years old.
Yeah.
But you gave up smoking, didn't you?
No, I did. And then I went back to it, but Linda doesn't smoke. And I have cut back extremely quite a bit. I will quit. I will finally set my mind to it and quit. But you know what? We got a lot going on right now. And sometimes when you have enough going on in your life, trying to like eliminate a vice is just added pressure, you know, added stress that you don't need to deal with. And I need to be in a better place to attempt.
That's what smoking cigarettes is one of the hardest habits in the world to stop. I mean, I've never smoked, but I mean, I just know.
Well, lay in a hospital 3 days, heavily sedated, and it's no problem at all.
Oh yeah.
And when you get out, you don't even think about it. My mistake was New Year's Eve. I thought I was feeling squirrely. I can buy a pack of cigarettes and I can just smoke one at midnight. Yeah, one pack.
Yeah.
This is
It
why I'm
doesn't work that way. And no,
Oh.
I to me, that would just, I wouldn't stick with that. And I'd just go back to the cigarettes anyway. They're easier to get. The vape thing is it's, you gotta fill it and you gotta fumble with it.
Yeah, I
You
don't get it.
and I'm not up for that. I'm just gonna buy the cigarette and light it and smoke it, and I'll quit. I'll quit again. I will. I've made a promise to myself that I will quit again.
I stopped in November.
Yeah, well, but you're vaping. Are you down to 0 nicotine?
I'm down to 3.
3 milligrams.
Yep.
Now, coffee's another deal.
Ugh.
I drink about a gallon a day.
That increased. I went from maybe 1 cup a day to maybe sometimes 3. Still not too bad.
Coffee don't hurt you.
Yeah.
I mean, caffeine does affect some people, but I don't know. Caffeine.
There's some beneficial stuff to caffeine.
I can drink a cup of coffee and go to bed.
Yeah, it won't keep me. I have trouble sleeping regardless if I drink coffee or not.
I have trouble sleeping because I can't get comfortable because of the pain in my legs, and I just can't get comfortable. And I am not on any kind of pain medication that alleviates that, other than Aleve, and this shit don't work. They say on TV that Aleve works for 12 hours. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. It might take the edge off the first couple hours or so, but then after a little while, you're just hurting again. The best thing actually for me is to not be on my butt and to be up. But then that just causes another problem, and then my back starts to hurt. So it's like, what do you do?
Yeah, I do. I'm on CPAP, and that can get.
I know what that is.
Yeah, it just blows air through my. But I have trouble. I think I mentioned to you before that I'll wake up because my arm gets numb, depending how I'm laying.
Yeah.
And my right thigh, this it can just get numb anytime. I don't have to be sleeping. But it seems like since I lost weight, it's not quite as bad. But
that's good. That's
but
good.
I don't. I'm thinking I might have some kind of similar thing to you, what you had. But I had one major operation, was supposed to be 3 hours, and I wound up in a hospital 8 days. So I'm not in a hurry to go back.
Yeah, what was that operation for?
It's just a gallbladder, a regular. But then I got blood clots. So luckily they caught it while I was still there, or else I might not be around. I mean, they're getting ready to release me, and was it? I think it was let's see, a Wednesday, a Friday. I can't breathe. And anyway, so it usually starts out from your bottom extremities. Anyway, they found it in my 2 in my lungs.
That's where it gets you. That's where it kills you.
But luckily they got it right there. But I was so well, today with surgery they do that microscopic. What do you call it? The arthroscopic. But they had trouble, so they had to cut me. So they had to keep me over. They had to keep me longer.
Yeah.
But I just got these blood clots. I think from sitting in bed too much. I should have got up and walked around right away, and I didn't. Just moaned and groaned.
DKG, I'm no quitter. Hey, I'm an expert at quitting. I've quit
Oh shoot!
smoking. I've quit smoking shit 100 times at least. I'm getting good at it.
Every time you put one out, you quit.
Every time I put, yeah, right. Or I just say I quit until, I'll do that at 11:30 at night, and then at 7 o'clock in the morning, we're right back to it. But anyway, so how's that Les Paul treating you, Mitch?
Well,
you boring, pretentious bastard, you.
yeah, but it's beautiful. You saw it, didn't you? It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
And I wanted that color. See, first I got a classic. It was transparent red. It's just something I didn't like about it, so I took it back. Not, I said, I took it back, but then I got you'll go crazy about this. I got a Line 6 Helix.
There you go.
Yeah, I can. Let's see what's that color on it. Oh, you just had it up a while ago.
That's like a cherry burst or traditional.
Oh yeah.
That's beautiful.
Is that a standard or?
No, it's not in anything.
Oh,
It's not even a Gibson.
oh, okay.
But don't tell anybody.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I got this Line 6 Helix, which is really expensive, and I mean, I'm just going through this bucket list thing, but I'm fortunate enough to have a little bit of money. I had a little bit of money on the side, saved up. I've been anyway. So the real I wanted the Blueberry Burst one. It was a standard, right? And it's like for $500 or $600 more. They had it when I got the Red, but now said I saw. So I took the one back. Of course, they didn't have that Guitar Center. Didn't have it, but they had there's another Guitar Center in Lancaster, PA. So I went there. So I got it with my wife was with me and everything, so she knows about everything. But they did a little truss rod adjustment. But I think since it's a little cool down here, and it's just the action is like it's really jacked up now. I mean, it's so, and I don't like messing with, especially something that new. So I got a local guy. We got a local music store here in town. I'm going to let him look at it and fix it up. But he's on vacation this week, so I'm going to have to wait till he comes back. But other than that, it's nice and it sounds. I like the way it sounds better than the classic. And see, this has the dip switches in it. The ones that you'll see all people are complaining about on YouTube. It's got the high performance pickups, but it sounds good to me.
Kush Steve asked me, Ed, what are your thoughts on Epiphones? I like Epiphone guitars. I have an Epiphone Les Paul. Mitch has one too. Wow. Don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. They're good guitars. I like the Epiphone, the Dot series that are like, an ES335 scaled back. And by the way, I am LDDS band over there on the chat. That's me. But you're from Amish country too, huh? Yeah. We got a bunch of Amish people staying at the resort, which is kind of weird. Ah, there it is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, if you look at this, if you can, I don't know if you could be able to read this on the back.
Then if you look real close down in the corner, it says "Made in Bolivia." No, I'm just kidding.
So this has the dip switches. I think you can, along with
Right.
the push-pull pots, and if you
Right.
you can mess around with these and get supposedly 104 different combinations. I'm not like I'm going to use it.
What made you choose a color like that as opposed to a traditional like a burst or
I just think
burgundy?
to me, it's drop dead gorgeous. It's a little different.
You
And
like it?
The traditional, they were a couple $100 cheaper too. The regular colors, but this was I'm just crazy about it. A lot of people don't like it. Yeah.
I like the colors. I think the colors are great.
I think some people are saying, "Oh, Gibson's complaining." I mean, they're trying to copy off of Paul Reed Smith. I think they did stuff like this way before Paul Reed Smith did.
Copy. How do you copy colors? Yeah. Colors have been around longer than Gibson or Paul Reed Smith.
Well, Gibson is now kind of suing nature because of trees. They're made of wood.
Yeah. Yeah,
Can't
they're
have wood
right.
without Gibson.
They're going to sue God.
Well, hopefully a mighty smiting will come down.
They will be smitten. Yeah.
Now here's the Epiphone Les Paul Standard.
Oh, nice.
And that's an Epiphone, right? Yeah. That's basically what my Epiphone is, only it's a different color. It's kind of an iced tea burst thing.
2011, and this is the one I had the it's got the Seymour Duncan pearly gates in it.
Yeah.
And all CTS pots and the Switchcraft three-way switch.
I've got the burst buckers out of a 59 reissue. And the guy wanted the P90s, or did he get mini humbuckers? I can't remember, but he wanted something different. He took the burst buckers out, and I ended up with them. I ended up with those, the pots, and the switch, and the jack. So I got everything out of that guitar.
I think that's what they were, some kind of burst. Well, whatever Epiphone's thing is. I do have the old one.
The original Epiphone pickups still.
Yeah.
And the switch, and the jack, and the pots.
I thought they sounded pretty good, but this sound, I mean, they sound good, but then when I started playing the real Les Paul, it's, to me, like I say, it may be in my head. I don't.
Well, put a blindfold on and have your wife hand them to you while you're blindfolded, and make a video and see if you can tell, and have her switch them around and mix them up and have them give them to you several times. Now, it might be just easy and obvious as all hell that, you know the difference. You might even know just by the weight picking it up, but have her set it in your lap.
Andertons did a video, and what's his name? Rob Chapman.
Yeah.
He did a blindfold.
Yeah.
Les Pauls between Epiphone and Gibson. He didn't get them all right. He was playing the Epiphone, and he swore he's blindfold. He swore it was a Gibson. So,
Kush Steve, I'm from Ohio. Where are you from?
I'm from Hanover, Pennsylvania, about 20 miles east of Gettysburg, or west of Gettysburg.
DKG is from Aberdeen, Scotland.
No, I'm east of Gettysburg. What am I talking about? Yeah, it's west of me.
You ever go to the reenactments?
They stopped them. They stopped a lot of them. Yeah. Yeah. Because a good friend of mine, he retired. I used to work with. He was a reenactor. So he used to do stuff up here, but they started getting real, people are complaining about the Confederate. His great grandfather fought for the Confederate, and I guess that might have been something to do with why they stopped it. I don't know. Not a good reason.
I into doing one a number of years ago. I was visiting a mate in Virginia. He said, "Come on, we're off." I said, "Off where?"
Here, you were in the States?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doing the Confederate stuff.
Okay.
Because, Virginia, you've got to, haven't you?
Yeah, it's all around here. I mean,
Kevin's one of the original Redcoats.
Yeah. I guess you all are. I mean, relation.
Well, you lot are traitors. You're rebels. You're rebelling against the legitimate government because you wouldn't pay your tax for your defense. So rebelled, so you're traitors.
And what are we doing now?
Same thing.
Paying fucking taxes and fighting stupid fucking wars.
I took money out. I have a 401k. I mean, I took a chunk out when I got 59.5. I have that vested. That money's not going to be touched. So I still been putting a little bit in here. That's what I'm using to get my toys. But the taxes, but they kill you. I don't pay state taxes, but I still have to pay Fed taxes. It's crazy.
I know when you dip into something like that, they beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
that's a crime. That is a crime. They already taxed you on that money when you earned it.
Right. Now, the state doesn't tax me, but the Fed does. So.
We
All
don't
right,
have
Star
that here.
Child. He says Kush Steve is his brother. Thanks for showing him the channel. I hope you all subbed. Go sub to Mitch, sub to Kev. Everybody just have a big old sub party. I haven't done a hangout with having other people in a couple over a year.
Yeah, I can't remember you having a hangout with multiple people.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Thanks for having me.
We used to have them all the time. We used to have them every night.
Yeah, I used to do
2015, 2016. We would do this every night, all night long.
Well, when I did my tech stuff, I used to do a lot of live stream. I mean, if you go on Justin, what's it called? Not Justin TV. Who bought Justin TV? Oh, come on. It's Twitch TV.
Twitch.
Do a search for Geeksters or Unbootables. You'll see my mug on a lot of those. Well, on all those videos.
I created a Twitch account, but I couldn't figure out how to stream.
Oh, I don't game, so it's mainly gaming now. But it used to be Justin TV, but then they all went all to gaming. But my videos are still there, though.
Well, I couldn't figure out how to post anything, so I kind of didn't.
I forget how I did a hangout here the other night. No one came in. I mean, I had people in the chat, but no one would hang out with me. I forgot how to do that. I mean, I figured it out, but you know how to do a hangout where you can invite people in with your
right.
hangout.
Yeah, you got to do Google Hangout. You have to set up an event and then copy that link. Actually, go live. You can't.
Yeah, I did it. I did do it live. You can do it live, but I didn't have to do the event. There's a thing you have to drop down and go live, and it brings up the hangout thing. Then you can invite your people.
See, that's something I don't even know about because
it was. I think that was pretty much like that. But they're good. They're supposed to. Did you see something where it's saying that Google Hangouts are going away?
Well, they've been saying that for a couple of years. They haven't got anywhere yet. So,
but
I think they'll replace it with something.
Well, it's that new thing. I think it's good. You'll be able to do that new thing. You can still.
Well, Star Child, thanks for that. If you've watched every video I've ever done, man,
that's very nice.
Brag about that. Oh my! Oh my! Oh my!
Now you're over. So you do monetize. Now, what happens when I don't even monetize, but I think when I did one of your challenges playing your background, it said your music was something. I don't know what it was. I thought it was you playing it. But how does it affect? I don't monetize, but how would it affect you guys that monetize?
If you get a claim, the publisher will just make a claim and you'll have to share monetization with them, which means they get it all and you get nothing.
But it doesn't count as a strike.
No, it's not a strike. A strike, you basically have to download like somebody else's video and upload it, and they have to manually strike you.
Oh, okay.
And that doesn't. Hey, Flatbrett's, how you doing, Flatbrett's? Good to see you. I love that Japanese Fender contemporary guitar. I'll have to get mine out and show it to you sometime. But it just you have to share the monetization with somebody else, and I don't make anything. I'm not making any money off YouTube, so
because I follow, Carl Brown.
It takes me 4 months to make $100. So
you know who Carl Brown is from 365.com, and he's got a YouTube channel. It shows you how to play songs. He's been doing it. He's really big, and but I mean he's real big. He might have, I don't know how many subscribers he has, 500,000. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but he's real big. But he's doing all this stuff. So I asked him because he does some live streams now on Saturdays, or he was, and I'm surprised because he's got so many people in it. But I think his brother moderates it. But anyway, they came back and said that no, he did talk about it. He said he just said he has so many subscribers, and plus he's got the what do you call it, the Patreon type of thing, whatever he does in his website. All they do is just, I think it's exactly what you just told me. He just don't get any money for it.
Yeah. They once the publisher makes a copyright claim, it's supposedly you share revenue, but they're claiming it. So, how do you split up like a half a penny?
Yeah.
So whatever.
But there's
the only way to make money is to get a lot of views, and I don't get a lot of views. I'm lucky to get 100 views a video, and it doesn't matter. I don't care.
You don't really work at it, and if you did stuff all the time, you would get more viewers and stuff like that. You worked at it.
I used to work at it all the time, but I had I'm not going to go into it right now, but if people they can't do it like they used to, but people can screw you over on YouTube. They can create hell in your life. And they can't do it as much as they used to be able to, because YouTube has cracked down on hate speech and attacking other people. But I went through some real hell where posting any video was risky for me. To not just be trashed across the internet. And I did some stupid things too. So, don't ever record a video inebriated, or you'll get branded. And, it's bullshit. And people can be bullshit. And I don't care. There are a lot of people in your guitar community that you call guitar community that they chum up to some people that are some real fucking shit bags, man. And they don't realize who and what they're dealing with, or some of the shit those people have done. And they back them, and they're nice and they're polite to them, whether they're doing it because they're trying to safeguard themselves, or they just don't know about what those people have done. But I'm about to show it at some point. So.
Well, I try to stay, there's controversy everywhere. I try to stay away from it. I mean, I know I know who the troublemakers are. I try to just avoid it,
It's just like anywhere. I mean, you've got shit bags in your neighborhood, every neighborhood's got somebody that just doesn't get along. And you deal with it. You just deal with it.
My place of employment, thank God now they all retired. We had a couple bullies over the years. They didn't mess with me because I wouldn't take any S from them, but they're gone. Oop, I missed it.
Yeah, flat frets, exactly that. And I'm not the type of person to forget. And some of these people, they don't realize what could someday come back on them and resurface. I've done very, 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 very little on YouTube that I'm ashamed of. One or two things. And it was mostly because of things that I did because of them. But for the most part, anything they've got on me that they throw up, it's on my channel anyway. Anybody can go look at it. Just because you grab it and manipulate it and twist it around, But that's a crappy thing to do. That's a crappy thing to do to people.
Well, the thing is, with my videos, I know I'm an idiot, so people can't take the piss out of me being an idiot.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. No, I that's how I view myself.
These are the kind of people that they'll attack your fucking dog. Your family, your you wouldn't know what my wife's been dragged through, and she never even had a YouTube channel. but she had a presence because her picture was there and her videos are there of her playing with us.
Right.
And she has a Facebook account. And you wouldn't believe some of the things that people have done.
Well, I'm little. I'm little.
I'm little too, man.
Well, you-
I'm nothing.
You got what, 1,500 or something?
Doesn't
Or a
matter.
couple thousand. Yeah, yeah. In the scheme of things, but I'm 250. Period. Something like that.
Yeah, you just have to circumvent it and work your way around it, and eventually you can. You can leave it behind. But like I said, I've never been the type of person to forget.
Right. I just try to make sure I don't say nothing. I try to treat people the way I would want to be treated. Exactly.
And
I don't always feel that's the case sometimes, but I don't say anything, especially in real life, especially with family.
They can cry and scream and make their claims. I never attacked first. Never.
This is where you need a cricket bat.
I never provoked.
What was that, Kevin? You need a what?
A cricket bat.
What is that? A cricket?
Cricket bat. You know what cricket is? Cricket bat.
Oh, cricket. Yes. Okay, I know what it is. That's your baseball or football. Or
Kevin's about to show you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You can also paddle your canoe.
Yep.
Well, England lost today, and it wasn't.
How much does that weigh?
Pardon?
How much does that weigh?
About £3. Plus,
that's not too bad.
You hold it like this for a start.
That'll leave a mark.
So what do you think, Kevin? What do you think about American football? I think they're trying to. I think
it is so boring.
Oh, you think it's boring? They want to bring a team over there. I think permanently. I think.
Well, yeah, probably.
But
they'll do good business.
But the time's so different. I mean, I don't. They could still do it though.
Well, they just have an evening game.
Yeah, they could do it, but I mean, but it seems like they're full when they televise have those games over there. It seems like the stadiums are full.
Yeah, they are because it's rare. Mm-hmm. They'll have to find a ground which is not going to be used next week for football, real football.
Right.
Because the clue is in the name. So how can you? Well, your football is only a bastardization of rugby. That's all it is.
I wouldn't even say that. It's totally different.
It's all. I don't even know how rugby play. I mean, the only thing I have a vision of rugby is why these guys are in a 15 or whatever guys are in a, what do you call it? Or
scrum.
Scrum. Okay. I'm not sure.
It's the line out, isn't it?
Yeah.
We line up against each other. Well,
I'm sure it's easy once you know the concept of it. Like football is real.
Baseball is America's true game. And baseball can be one of the most boring things to watch.
I'm telling you, I was such a fan. I mean, I still follow, the Baltimore Orioles, but I can't watch a game. I'll just look on the box score the next day. I cannot watch it.
The liveliest American sport by far is basketball.
I don't.
Canadian.
Don't even watch basketball at all.
Canadian basketball.
Basketball by far is the liveliest sport. They ain't running all the time.
Yeah,
they're
it's always action.
And it's basketball is probably the liveliest, most exciting sport. I mean, football can be exciting if you're into it, but I live in Cleveland, so the Cleveland Browns. It's like if you're ever worried about a tornado, run to Cleveland Stadium because there ain't no chance of a touchdown there.
A lot of people haven't picked to win their division this year.
Yeah,
they got that Baker Mayfield. He had an unbelievable year. So, but
well, here's another question for you, chaps. Which is the most popular sport invented by someone from the United States?
Basketball.
Canadian bloke.
I don't know if he was Canadian or not.
Yeah, I can't remember his name offhand. Canadian.
Was it basketball?
No, that's a
Oh, what?
Canadian sport. It was meant to buy a Canadian.
Well, they have their version of football over there, which is similar to ours, just a bigger field. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Volleyball.
Okay.
Well, just about every sport.
The only true American sport was buffalo hunting.
Yeah.
We killed all them.
Yeah.
Well, I was mostly to feed the.
Pro wrestling. Pro Evil got it. 10 points to Evil White Clown Pro Wrestling.
I watched.
Pro wrestling was invented. Pro wrestling was invented for people that couldn't understand NASCAR.
Well, that is a guilty pleasure of mine, actually.
NASCAR is big over here. That's huge over here.
It is. It
So
is.
I'm driving along. Turn left. Turn left.
Turn left.
Straight,
Turn left.
turn
Can those cars actually turn right? Yeah, they have to because they got to get in the pits.
Well, they're only allowed about 300 yards per race. That is.
Lord, I was driving on the high. I got to drive on the highway every day, which was something I wasn't really used to because I hadn't done it in a long, long time. And now we do it every day. We have to drive for an hour on the freeway, and there are some idiots on the road. There really are some freaking idiots on the road, and most of them got a fucking cell phone stuck to the side of their freaking head. It's unbelievable.
That is, I think, something like $200 fine.
Here too, it's supposed to be. I mean, if you get caught, if they pull you over.
But all right, guys, it's been an hour and a half, and my wife's probably dying of hunger. So,
all right,
we're gonna wrap this up. But thank you guys, Kevin especially, and I'll get with you on that, Les Paul, man. We'll work something out. I'll do something for you. We'll work something out. And Mitch, enjoy that guitar, man. Play the hell out of it. Make videos.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Nice meeting you, Kevin.
Okay, mate. You take care.
Yeah, you guys go sub each other.
I'm going to do it right now. Are you in the chat room right now?
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
Tall Thin Kev.
Okay.
Just leave a comment in the chat there, Kev, so we can find you.
Yeah.
Same with you, Mitch. All right, guys, and everybody that hung out. It's good to see you. Tuesday night fights. And we'll catch you on the flip side.
See ya.
Later.